What's going on, dreamers, and welcome to another episode of First Look. Today we're taking a first look at CART, or C-A-R-T, flag-to-flag racing for the Dreamcast. Interesting thing about this game is it's part of the Sega Sports lineup, which you usually think of the 2K Sports series when you think of the Sega Sports games, but in this case, this is not a 2K game, but it does have the Sega Sports logo on the case, which is interesting. It actually took me a while to notice that. I bought this game a long time ago, and I don't think until recently I noticed that it said Sega Sports on the front. So, interesting. But this game was not developed in-house by Sega or by Visual Concepts. This was actually developed by a third-party developer in Japan, who I had never heard of. I don't remember the name of it off the top of my head now, but yeah, they didn't really develop anything of note that I can really tell, at least outside of Japan. But yeah, interesting little fact about this game. But anyway, let's jump into this and see how this is. So, if you don't know what this game is, it is kind of an F1 style racing game, or IndyCar racer. I'm not really up with all the racing terms that are out there, so forgive me if I'm saying things that don't make any sense to you professional race car fans out there. Racing is not really my genre. I do like racing in video games, not so much in real life. But anyway, let's see what we got here. We have arcade mode, we have championship, we have options and replay. Let's jump into the arcade mode. So, CART is an actual racing, I don't even know what you call it, racing society. That was only in the US, and apparently they went defunct in 2003. So not long after this game came out. So these would be actual drivers from CART. We have Alex Zanardi, Al Unser Jr., Andre Ribeiro, Gil de Ferran, Carl Haas, Bobby Rahal, Brian Herta, JJ Lido, Richie Hearn, Christian Fittipaldi, Jimmy Vassar. Alright, I'm not going to go through all these. There are a lot of racers in this game. Holy crap. I'll go with the first guy. He sounds decent. Automatic is good. Select your course. Miami, Motegi, Long Beach, Nazareth, Rio de Janeiro, Gateway International, Milwaukee Mile, Detroit, Portland, Cleveland, Toronto, Michigan, Mid-Ohio, Road America, Vancouver. Man, this game has a lot of stuff in it. A lot of content, I'll tell you. A lot of racers, a lot of tracks. I guess we'll start off with Miami. It is the first one. Interesting, though. This is arcade mode, but they're actually letting you select a track. Usually in arcade mode, they just automatically put you through a series of tracks. So I'm curious how this works. If maybe after every race you get a certain amount of points. I don't know. So we'll see how I actually do at this game. I'm not great. I mean, I've played Monaco Grand Prix Online. That's about the only game I play in this genre on any regular basis. So we'll see if that translates over to this game. I guess I'm not doing too bad so far. I'm staying on the road anyway. Right off the bat, I'd say that the controls are not as smooth as Monaco. Definitely a bit more, I'd say, twitchy. Just the analog movement when you hit the analog stick. I guess more sensitive would be a better term. It seems like you don't have to push the analog stick all that much in order to turn. So I guess it's something you just have to get used to. I'd say the graphics in this game are not fantastic. The in-car detail is a bit chunky, I guess you could say. It's not as nice a looking game as Monaco, I don't think. I'm going to be comparing this game to Monaco the entire time because it's really the only game that I can really compare it to, since I don't really play this sort of game very often. It does seem to play alright. I don't know if this game is 60 FPS. It might be. Monaco is 30, so if this runs at 60, it has a leg up, at least in the frame department. So we are on 4 out of 5 laps. This is definitely a shorter track than most of the tracks that are in Monaco. Those usually take probably 15 to 20 minutes to actually finish most of the time. This is really one of those more traditional, I guess, IndyCar tracks, where you're just going around in an oval or a circle. I don't know how many racers are in this, but I don't think I'm last place, at least. Yeah, I was just passed again, so... Well, I finished, I think, somewhere in the middle of the pack, which I guess is better than last place. Although I probably do not qualify, assuming I need to qualify for something here. Apparently I got the #1 time on the rankings. How I did that, I have no idea. I mean, I guess I didn't do too bad. I mean, I wasn't pinballing off of all the walls, so... Alright, let's exit out. Actually, I probably should have selected continue. But that's alright. We'll go with a different racer this time, just to mix things up. Let's move on to Motegi in Japan. It's interesting that some of these tracks are not in the US, because from what I read, Kart was a US-based... again, I don't know the term for it, so... I'll just keep going with society. It's a racing society. Yeah, apparently they were US-based. So I don't know why some of these tracks are outside the US. But maybe Wikipedia is wrong. It wouldn't be the first time. So this is another oval style track. I don't know if you can change your... Yes, okay, you can change your view, so if you want to race outside of the car, that's fine. Yeah, I'd say that foreground up there is pretty blurry. So my initial impressions of this game is it runs really well. It seems to control alright. Again, I'd say the controls are more sensitive or twitchy, I guess. Either one. Than something like Monaco, but I'm having no problem controlling the car. As far as I can control it with my very amateurish racing skills. I really do like the music in this game, though. It's got some nice tracks to it. So I think I'll give high marks to the background music. Not so much the graphics, though. Definitely one of the weaker looking racing games on the Dreamcast. I do believe this game is running at 60 FPS though, if I had to guess. So performance-wise, this game is quite nice. I might actually have a decent placement this time. The sense of speed, I gotta say, is really good as well. Your car definitely gets up there in the MPH. Alright, 6th place. That's not too bad for only my second race. I'm still not in the top 5, but So I want to see what happens if I select continue this time. I've apparently got the fastest lap as well. I will take it. Yeah, let me hit continue. Oh, okay. If you hit continue, okay, I see. So if you hit continue and you after you didn't qualify, it'll just have you do the same race again, I guess. Which I don't want to do. So I am going to exit out and go to the next track. I don't understand this arcade mode. This is a very unusual arcade mode. I mean, I guess if I actually qualified and got into the top 5, they'd put me automatically to a new race. But as of right now, I'm not really doing very well, I guess. I'm not doing well enough to continue the arcade mode. So we'll head on over to Long Beach, and we'll see what happens if I actually make it into the top 5. If I then proceed to another race. But again, it's unusual that they let you select a track in the arcade mode anyway. So it's a very abnormal arcade mode, I guess you could say. So this track is shaped a little bit different than the other ones. It's not a perfect oval. I do not like the fact there are some, I guess you could say, U-turns on this track. I think I'll change to the outer view again. Yeah, a lot of braking required on this track. Well, we'll see if we can make it into the top 5. I'm not too hopeful, to be honest. But I will try my best. I'll try not to ram into walls. If I can at least stay on the track and not hit things, I might be alright. Not really like that. Well, I am improving my position here, so that's a good sign. Well, at least I was. I am now being passed by everyone. I seem to be taking the corners better than most of the other racers. So that may be my advantage. Yeah, some really good music on this track as well. I could just listen to the soundtrack for this game. It's really good. Play it just for the soundtrack. Alright, final lap. I am currently 7th place, I believe. I don't know why it wouldn't let me turn there. I was trying to turn there. I was pushing right on the analog stick, but for some reason I was stuck up against that wall. I don't know if it was a bug or what. Yeah, these CPU players, they don't know how to take turns without basically coming to a complete halt. So good for me. Out of my way, Ribeiro. Excuse me. Excuse me. Oh, come on. Come on. I might actually win this. Yes! I won! I don't know how, but I won. Well, I do know how, because the CPU players don't know how to take turns. But hey, I will take it. Alright, so we'll see what happens now that I should actually qualify to continue from here. Number 1. Also got fastest lap. Alright, what happens if I hit... Oh, if I hit continue, I just do the same race again. Okay, now I don't understand. I guess I should say I still don't understand this arcade mode. Yeah, they're just having me do the same race again, even though I already qualified. I won this race, so... Well, I'm just gonna exit out here. Anyway, guys, I think I'm gonna end the video here because I don't think there's much more to show you as far as what this game is. I think you got the idea. There is a championship mode as well. Maybe that would work more like I think an arcade mode should work. Arcade mode in this game seems to be basically just free race. So we'll select a racer, select a track, and race. There doesn't really seem to be any arcade mode elements to it, which is kind of odd. I guess championship would be more arcadey than arcade mode, which is a bit weird to say. But anyway, yeah, this is a decent racing game. It's not really my cup of tea as far as racing games go. I would much prefer playing a traditional arcade racing game, or even a simulator, sim type game with standard cars and not F1 cars. But I really like the music in this game. I will give it huge points for that. Music is fantastic. Although there's no music at the menu, which is kind of weird. But the in-game music is fantastic, so that alone, it's worth playing this game for. It controls well, graphics aren't great, but yeah, overall, pretty good racing game if you like this style of racing game. But anyway, guys, that is going to be it for this episode of First Look. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe, and thanks for watching.